Slusha, how do you do, buckaroos? How the heck are you? I'm going to be Tom the Whiskey Whisperer for the purposes of this video. And happy holidays, happy Kwanzaa, happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas, happy Festivus, whatever the hell you celebrate. I don't give a rat's ass. Holiday cocktails. This is a holiday cocktail show. And here's one I came up with using some Watershed products. I've got the Watershed Distillery Barrel Strength Fall Finishing Series. This is their aged 5 years, straight to bourbon whiskey, finished in Port Casks at 118.1 proof. Let me show you that. And what I did with this whiskey was I've got 2.5 ounces of the whiskey with 1 ounce of their barrel finished Nocino. And this is at 28.4% or what? 56.8 proof, let's say. Here we go. Nocino, liqueur finished in bourbon whiskey barrels. So it's a barrel finished Nocino. Nocino is a black walnut liqueur. No, I'm not an expert. It's the first one I've ever had, and I wasn't familiar with it at all until I saw this. But when I saw it, I had ideas for holiday cocktails using a black walnuts are indigenous to my neck of the woods as well. So I was interested by that. I came up with a cocktail here I'm tentatively calling Silent Night as we go into Christmas because it is dark as the night because of that Nocino. Let me show you that cocktail. So the garnish is a cinnamon stick and some scorched ginger. Yeah, I took my smoker torch, which I find has many uses. I won't get into all of them now, but I use it for a lot of things, let's just say. Wow, that is delicious. The Nocino is a little sweet. I mean, black walnuts tend to be a little pungent, slightly bitter. They've got a little bit more going on than your English walnuts. So they're not a flavor for everybody, but they do provide a little bit of sweetness to this cocktail as well. I took my torch and I just kind of tried to scorch the sugar on it, ginger a little bit. Bring out a little aromatics from that ginger as well. This stuff is gorgeous, man. They only had the Nocino in the little bottles, and now I'm kind of wishing I would have bought 2. I just didn't know at the time. Like I said, I'd never had it before. I knew nothing about it. But I'm becoming a fan. I'm using it in place of other things, you know, doing cocktails like this, sort of a Manhattan, and using the Manhattan as a template, but replacing the sweet vermouth and adding the Nocino. Oh, I forgot to add I use ginger bitters now that I say that, which is why the ginger garnish. Why the cinnamon? Is the cinnamon needed? Why add the cinnamon? No, I just wanted to add a little bit more of a fall flavor to it. Because adding that cinnamon stick as a garnish will very, very slowly impart cinnamon notes. Will add a little bit of flavor, but also some aromatics as well. I'm getting a little joy out of adding cinnamon sticks. Anyway, I have fun putting these cocktails together. Some I can adapt to my work. Some I can't. Due to availability of ingredients, but nevertheless, I like putting these holiday cocktails together. It's something I haven't done really before. I've just kind of taken, you know, the standards, but coming up with ideas using various cocktails as a template, an old fashioned or a Manhattan, using that basic idea, and saying, okay, I'm going to take this out and add this. In which case, it's no longer a Manhattan, but I'm using that idea to expand cocktails. And hell, I don't know if I invented this or not, to be honest with you. I mean, it's just the whiskey and the Nocino. So the odds are that somebody's already came up with this at some point. That I don't know, but it is rather delicious. If the folks at Watershed want to steal it, hey man, it's all yours. Gosh, that is nice. Usually, I love this glass. My wife found these glasses for me, and I just love them. They're a hollow stem coupe, and I'd never seen the hollow stem before, but I am intrigued by them. I find them rather elegant for a fat old man of modest upbringing. I feel like I'm uh, way out of my league here with these glasses. Yeah, they're nice and elegant. Everything I am not, but I like the way they look. I like the way a drink looks in them. I may not be elegant, but by golly, my cocktail is. I'm old, fat, and ugly, but my cocktail is pretty, man. Oh, mercy. Gosh, that really is delicious. This boy, I was wondering about using this because I'm getting near the end. I'm probably going to have to save what's left of this to drink neat because it is just amazing. Watershed Distillery, boy, I love their products, man. A small distillery in Columbus, Ohio. Straight bourbon whiskey finished in port casks. I ought to do another. I haven't done that yet, actually, and I usually do. I like to do a version of a Manhattan using port wine in place of the sweet vermouth. Since this is a port finished, I need to do a. But like I said, I'm right near the end, so I may have to drink the rest of it neat. We're right close, baby. Their stuff is really good, though, man. Found a lot of great distilleries and breweries for that matter, but since we're talking whiskey, I'm going to stay with the distilleries on my trip, on our trip. When my wife and I went to Columbus, but we had to stop in Indianapolis, so I picked up some stuff from Four Fingers and Hotel Tango there, and then we got into Columbus and got some stuff from Echo, Endeavor, Watershed. I guess that's all. I never got to. There's one other I didn't get to, but some of their products are available here, so it wasn't a must. But I am really enamored by the Nocino. Like I said, I've never had it before. I didn't know anything about it, uh, but just the idea of pairing it or adding it to as an ingredient in a cocktail, I was intrigued by. Since I do love black walnuts. Man, that is good. No, I'm not really in this little Christmas cabin here. In case you haven't guessed, just trying to create a mood, man. We're getting near the holidays. Past Thanksgiving, headed towards Christmas. For me, Christmas, but hey, man, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, Festivus, hey, man, I'll celebrate it all with you. I don't care. Happy holidays, happy whatever you celebrate. Can't we all just get along? Can't we all just get along, man? Oh, mercy. For a nation founded on religious freedom, all of a sudden they want to relegate what religion you're able to follow. And nevertheless, don't get into politics, Tom. I try not to, but sometimes I just can't help it. I just remember a time when social issues and politics were kind of separate. Now they seem to kind of meld it into one party or the other. Quite frankly, I think we all ought to be able to celebrate whatever we want to celebrate. Whatever you believe. Oh my gosh, that is a nice cocktail. Other places I visited in Indianapolis and Columbus, for that matter, I loved how inclusive they were. I loved seeing pride flags and various versions of hanging in most of the places that I went to. I was found that very nice and refreshing, since I don't live in an enlightened neck of the woods. We're not very aligned here, and but for the moment, anyway, we're able to celebrate any which way we want. So I hope you're all doing fine this holiday season, I should say. I know it is tough for a lot of folks for a lot of reasons. For my wife and I, it's difficult because we lost our son to cancer back in 2013. So every holiday is difficult. And for those that like to use the phrase, things get better with time, no, they don't. They don't. You find a way to keep moving, or you don't. I mean, the pain is just as deep now as it was that very moment we lost him. So don't quit. People just need to quit saying that. And don't use religious platitudes, because that doesn't help anybody but the person saying it. It doesn't. If you're trying to show empathy, that's the wrong thing to say. Don't use those religious platitudes, because it doesn't help anybody but the person saying them. But I know a lot of folks are struggling this time of year, so I hope we can all find a way to become decent human beings. Treat everybody with respect, whether you agree with everything about them or not. And just because you don't understand what somebody is going through doesn't make what they're going through wrong. And what they're going through isn't a lifestyle, it's who they are. So nevertheless, man, oh mercy, this is a beautiful cocktail. So happy whatever you celebrate. I want to or I hope that everybody's doing okay out there. I wish I could help more than I am able to. Just remember, everybody out there is just doing their best to survive, so be kind. I am Tom, the Whiskey Whisperer, Whiskey Evangelist, prolific whiskey drinker, purveyor of wisdom, and it's easier to drink without the cinnamon stick. That cinnamon stick just keeps getting in the way. Losing my garnish. I'm losing my garnish, man. All around good guy. Slancha, thanks for tuning in, guys.